Please subscribe, like, and notifications. This means a lot to me. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video too. I just visited Seoul, and before you go to Korea, there are some laws and systems you must know. If you're planning a trip, here are some Korean travel hacks and how everything actually works. Firstly, I visited Seoul back in December 2025, right in the middle of winter. Winter in Korea lasts from December to February, and it actually snows. You'll sometimes see snow around the city, which means you can play with it, build a snowman, and enjoy some real winter vibes. But since it snows in Korea, driving can be risky. Snow makes the road slippery and many traffic accidents happen because of it, so be careful. And since I've talked about driving, I'd like to show you what the traffic systems and laws are like when using public transportation in Seoul. In Korea, don't press the pedestrian button. The lights change automatically, and the button is for people with visual impairments. It makes a sound to help them cross. Unlike Australia, Korea works differently, so never press it. In Australia, you press a button to cross, but Korea works very differently. Korean pedestrian crossings are super high-tech. They show a countdown time for how many seconds are left, and the ground lights up in green and red so drivers can clearly see when people are crossing. Fun fact, Korean crossings even show how many seconds are left for the red light. When it reaches 5 seconds, the timer disappears, and then the light switches to green shortly after. I swear, Korea's pedestrian crossings are insanely developed. It feels like the future, like they were already in 2050. Just a quick reminder, in Korea, people drive on the right side of the road. And now, let me share a few more traffic related tips you should know. Firstly, when crossing a pedestrian crossing without traffic lights, don't assume cars will stop. In Korea, most drivers don't stop at these crossings, so always pause, look carefully, and make sure it's safe before crossing. In Australia, drivers often stop at pedestrian crossings, but in Korea, it's different. Always watch carefully and make sure it's safe before crossing. Another thing you might see is cars turning right, even through pedestrian crossings. If the pedestrian light is green and no one is crossing, it's usually okay to go, but it's safer to stop if you can. Always apply your brakes just in case someone suddenly steps onto the crossing. If you ignore this, the police take it very seriously. If pedestrians are crossing and you want to turn right, stop. No exceptions. When the pedestrian light turns red, then you can proceed. Turning right in Korea can be tricky, so even if the light is green or red, always be extra careful. In Korea, many cars even do U-turns, but you can only do one if the road has a U-turn sign. Always check carefully and make sure no cars are coming before making the turn. Another thing to watch out for, on Korean sidewalks, you sometimes see motorbikes parked. The drivers may depart from the sidewalk and sometimes they even speed past pedestrians, so always stay alert when walking near them. Also, school zones in Korea are marked yellow to highlight children's safety. These zones operate 24 hours a day, helping ensure safety for kids at all times. When you drive on highways in Korea, you'll notice many rest areas with sleep shelters. These sleep shelters have parking spaces where drivers can stop and rest or sleep if they feel tired. At rest areas in Korea, you'll also see signs showing how many kilometers are left until the next rest area. And the best part is the food. There are so many different options to try that you'll never run out of choices. If you stop at a rest area, I highly recommend getting tteokbokki and skewers. They were seriously delicious, and please make sure to try hoju gaja as well, you won't regret it. Safety tip, don't eat skewers straight, eat them sideways so you don't get hurt. But since this video is focused on travel hacks in Korea, if you're looking for Korean food hacks, please check out the video I made last time. The link is in the description. Now, moving on to buses in Korea. Buses in Korea are pretty interesting, and here's why. On some roads, bus lanes are completely separated from regular car lanes. Many bus stops in Seoul are actually located in the middle of the road, and you can safely cross to use these bus stops. Every bus stop in Seoul shows really detailed information. You can see the next stop, full route details for each bus, and arrows that clearly show which direction the bus operates in. Every bus stop shows the stop name, the previous and next stops, and all the routes that stop there. That's why Seoul's bus systems feel super advanced and easy to use. You can even see when each bus is arriving and what type of route it is. And if you see 곧 도착, that means the bus is coming very soon. Now, listen to this.
잠시 후 도착 버스는 470번, 204번, 272번, 201번, 470번, 260번, 가까우니 한 걸음 뒤로 물러나 주시기 바랍니다. 34-1번, 33번 버스가 잠시 후 도착할 예정입니다.
That sound you hear is the announcement letting you know which bus route is coming very soon. Another amazing thing is that some bus stops in Korea are indoor. They were air conditioned in summer and heated in winter, which is super comfortable. They also show detailed info about arriving buses and what's outside. You can even filter and manage the types of bus routes you're looking for. Another amazing thing, some bus stop seats are actually heated. In winter, you can sit down and feel the warmth, which is so comforting. Each bus shows detailed route information, so you always know exactly where it's going and which stops are coming up. That makes planning your ride and transfer so much easier. Also, when you ride buses in Seoul, there's a detailed route map display inside the bus. And listen to this.
이번 정류소는 창동주공 19번지입니다. 다음 정류소는 창동 동아아파트입니다. This stop is 창동주공 Complex 19. 승객 여러분의 안전을 위하여 항상 손잡이를 꽉 잡고 버스가 완전히 정차한 후 하차하시기. 이번 정류소는 위2사단 정문입니다. 다음 정류소는 고산역 고산초등학교 입구입니다.
That's the bus stop information announcement. I swear, Korea explains almost everything in such a detailed way, especially when it comes to buses. And it even shows the current stop and the next stop in a very detailed way on the screen. On some buses, you can even see how many seats are available. 빈자리 in Korean means vacancy. Because of this, riding buses in Seoul can be really convenient. In Korea, airport buses operate on very fixed and exact routes. When you board an airport bus on the way to the airport, the driver will often get off and help you load your luggage into the storage space underneath the bus. Especially in Seoul, buses are highly developed and almost everything is incredibly detailed and convenient to use. On some buses, you'll even find seatbelts, so make sure to use them if they are available. Airport buses are next level too. They show detailed route information and run frequently, usually every 12 minutes in Seoul. And by the way, 공항 means airport in Korean. In Korea, when a car changes lanes, the driver will sometimes blink the hazard lights on the back. Did you know this actually means thank you for letting them merge into your lane? Here's a tip. I forgot to mention in my Korean food video. Convenience store cup ramen. Many people eat it straight from the cup, but hot water can make chemicals from the container leak out. Some even microwave it, but that's worse. I highly recommend moving the ramen to another bowl before eating. It's safer and still super tasty. I actually made a cup ramen hack shows a while ago. You should definitely watch it too. It's full of tips and info about eating cup ramen safely. Another tip about cup ramen. These containers make trash and bins are everywhere in Korea. You might need to carry your rubbish with you until you find a bin. But don't worry, they were often found in subway stations. Since I mentioned subways, let's talk about the Seoul subway system. I'll start with something simple but important, rubbish bins. On subway platforms, some bins even have a spot where you can throw away leftover drinks. How cool is that? At some stations, there are even bike pullways, so you can place your bike on them and push it up the stairs or ramps as you go. At the turnstiles in each station, it even shows when the next train is coming and where it currently is. It makes using the subway super convenient. When you go down to the platform, you'll see screens showing where the next train is, along with very detailed information. Because of this, a lot of foreigners absolutely love the Seoul subway system. This system was first developed in the early 2010s, and it makes passengers feel much more comfortable knowing exactly where the next train is. More cool stuff from the platform. Each station displays a big box with arrows showing the direction the train is going and the next station. It even shows the previous, current and next stations. Another super convenient system. It even shows very detailed maps for each station, including what's around the area. Everything is displayed so clearly and in so much detail. Seoul Subway also has safety doors at every station, and if you look closely, you'll notice something written on them, short poems in Korean. Each station has different ones, and there are so many of them. The safety doors stay closed at all times, and they only open automatically when the train arrives. Because of this, you don't need to worry about falling onto the tracks. Since the platform screen doors were introduced, major accidents have dropped a lot. That's why the Seoul Subway feels so safe today. Now, we're going to take a look at what the subways are like, but before that, I want to share a special sound that you can only hear on subway platforms in Seoul. At each station, when a train is about to arrive, they play a short melody and then announce the next service. Did you know a lot of foreigners actually miss these sounds after leaving Korea? Since I was born in Seoul and it's my hometown, I miss this sound a lot too. I've been listening to it since when I was about 5 years old, and it brings back so many memories. Alright, let's hop on the subway and check out the inside. First, some trains have bicycle holders, but they were only located at the very front of the train. When the train is in motion, some models even flash a green light around their doors to show which side will open at the next station. This makes it really easy for passengers to know which direction to stand. Another helpful feature, when the doors are about to close, the yellow light flashes so everyone knows to be careful. On the top of each connection pathway inside the train, there is an arrow showing which side the doors will open at the next station. In the middle, it displays the name of the next station. I really love this feature. It's one of the parts that's been upgraded a lot. You'll see these displays on the subway models that have been made since 2021. Another advanced feature on subway models from the 2020s is the screen display above each door. It even shows what each upcoming station looks like, where transfer to other lines are, where elevators and stairs are, and other important features on the platform. When I first saw this, I thought it was one of the best upgrades ever. It's super detailed and really helpful. If a side isn't opening at the next station, the screen clearly shows a sign on that side, so there's no confusion. The display tells you exactly whether the doors will open on the left to right, and the color lines or numbers you see show which subway lines you can transfer to at that station. When a transfer station is coming up, a special sound or short music plays first, making it really easy to notice. One more thing before we listen, the display also shows how crowded each carriage is, which is super helpful. Alright, now let's listen to the sound that plays for a transfer station.
이번 역은 도곡역입니다. 내리시는 오른쪽입니다. 수원, 왕십리 방면으로 가실 고객께서는 수인 분당선으로 갈아타시기 바랍니다. This stop is 도곡. The doors are on your right. You can transfer to the 수인 분당 line. 이번 역은 부자, 등록역입니다. 내리시는 오른쪽입니다. 상업, 하남 건강산, 만천 병역으로 가실 고객께서는 이번 역에서 5선으로 갈아타시기 바랍니다. 내리실 분은 원활한 승하차를 위해 미리 준비해 주시기 바랍니다.
That music plays when the train is about to arrive at the station where transfers to other lines are available. A lot of foreigners actually miss this melody a lot after leaving Korea. The melody was updated around January 2023, so it's a fairly recent change. And again, if you look at the safety doors, you'll see beautiful Korean poems written on them, something a lot of people really love. And since I mentioned subway models from the 2020s, this is one of them. This 2020s model runs on Seoul Subway Line 7, and the same model is also used on Line 4 and Line 5. Last but not least, this train model even comes out as toy trains in Korea. There are Line 4, 5 and 7 versions, and I bought the Line 7 one. With this toy train, you can open and close the doors on both sides, and you can even make it move. Finally, if you press this button, different sounds come out too. Just make sure to put in 2 AA batteries to hear the fun sounds. Alright, let's check them out.
오늘도 서울교통공사를 이용해 주셔서 감사합니다. 고객의 안전을 가장 먼저 생각하며 쾌적하고 편안한 최선을 다하겠습니다. 우리 열차는 장암행 열차입니다. This train is bound for 장암. Thank you. 이번 역은 어린이 대공원 세종대역입니다. 내리실 문은 오른쪽입니다. This stop is Children's Grand Park, Sejong University. The doors are on your right. 이번 역은 2호선 열차로 갈아타실 수 있는 건대입구역입니다. 내리실 문은 오른쪽입니다. This stop is 건국 University. The doors are on your right. You can transfer to line number 2. 이 역은 전동차와 승강장 사이가 넓으니 내리실 때 발 빠짐에 주의하시기 바랍니다. Please watch your step. 이번 역은 3호선이나 9호선 열차로 갈아타실 수 있는 고속터미널역입니다. 내리실 문은 오른쪽입니다. This stop is Express Bus Terminal. The doors are on your right. You can transfer to line number 3 or line number 9. 지금 열차가 들어오고 있습니다. 손님 여러분께서는 한 걸음 물러서 주시기 바랍니다. 이번 역은 우리 열차의 마지막 역인 성남역입니다. 내리실 문은 오른쪽입니다. 내리실 때에는 차 안에 두고 내리는 물건이 없는지 다시 한번 살펴보시기 바랍니다. 안녕히 가십시오. 고맙습니다. 희망 가득한 아름다운 꽃나 안전하고 편안한 곳으로 행복하게 부르는 우리
I hope that was enjoyable to listen to. You can get these line 4, 5 and 7 toy trains easily at toy stores or other retail shops. They were already very popular in Korea, especially among people who love trains. Since I talked about toy trains, I hope you remember the Polar series from Japan, which I mentioned in my full Osaka Kansai video. I forgot to mention, you can also buy Polar from eBay or Amazon. I'll put the links in the description below. The line 4, 5 and 7 toy train series is honestly one of my favorites. Seeing the Seoul subway trains turned into miniatures makes me so happy. Subway models from the 2020s even come with wireless charging. You can literally charge your phone on the train. I seriously swear, Seoul subway just keeps getting more and more developed, and it doesn't stop. Most subway models in Seoul are used for around 25 to 30 years, and then they were replaced with brand new models almost immediately. And that's everything about Seoul subway and honestly about cars, buses and trains in general. Now, let's move on to buildings in Korea, because Korean buildings and malls have so many cool features that I really want to share with you all. When you first enter the building, some automatic doors actually have buttons. That means they will open automatically. You need to press the button to open the door. Actually, in most buildings with automatic doors, you need to press a button to go in or out. They don't open automatically like motion sensor doors. And for some doors, you actually have to push or pull. In many places, only one door opens and the other one doesn't. The door that doesn't open is called 고정문, which means a fixed door. A fixed door cannot be opened at all, no matter how much you push or pull. Hope you learned something new about entering buildings in Korea. Although the sign says push or pull, some doors in Korea can actually be opened from both sides. So even if it looks like you're supposed to only push or only pull, both pushing and pulling might work on certain doors. Those fixed doors and button operated automatic doors can be annoying at times. If you're trying to get out fast and the door won't open, it can be a little tricky, especially if you're in a hurry. Anyway, in Korean elevators, if you press the wrong lever by mistake, you can just press it again to cancel. Super convenient, right? And the escalator handrails even sanitize themselves automatically, so you can hold on to them without any worries. Next up, restaurants and food courts. The food courts in Korean malls have so many cool features. When you order food, you get a pager. Once your meal is ready, it rings or vibrates, and you take it to the counter to pick up your order. Then, you can finally enjoy your delicious food. After finishing your meal, make sure to return your tray. This keeps the food court running smoothly for everyone. More food court hacks coming up. Let's go! You can even get hot or cold water using the paper cups provided. Just push the button and the water comes out. This is one of the most convenient features. It's super easy to quench your thirst. Need to clean your hands? No problem. The food court has hand wipes and you just press the button to get one. Most restaurants keep utensils and napkins under the table and they were packed really well. Some even have a paper cover so everything stays clean and hygienic. Some restaurants even have a bell on each table. If you press it, a staff member comes over to your table so you can ask for service or place an order without leaving your seat. Some restaurants even provide aprons to prevent messing up your clothes. You just put it on like this. Super simple and convenient. Some restaurants even have side dishes that you can take as much as you want. They provide tongs and bowls so you can serve yourself easily. In some places, the water bottles have a press button top. Just press it and the water comes out. No spills, no mess. Korean restaurants are seriously high-tech and thoughtful. Last but not least, in some restaurants, robots even deliver your food. It really feels like Seoul and Korea are living in 2050. Restaurants even have so many advantages, so you can enjoy a meal comfortably like never before. Today, we explore some hacks, tips and useful things in Korea that might surprise you. Since I was born in Seoul, I've grown up with these things, so I wanted to share what makes Korea so cool and unique. Korea develops so fast and everything keeps getting better. Since I've been living in Sydney since primary school, I really miss life in Korea and that's why I made this video. I almost forgot to mention, these 3 apps are super useful when you're planning to use public transport in Seoul and across Korea. Kakao Bus helps you find the routes and stops you're looking for. Just type them in. Kakao Metro shows the full Seoul subway map. Just tap a station, choose your departure and arrival points, and you're done. Last but not least, Tabriz app is more useful when you're looking for specific subway model. This app shows real-time data for Seoul subway operations. Since each line has many different types of train models operating, this app even exists. I'll add these 3 apps to the description so you can access them, but you can also just search for them in the Play Store, like this: Kakao Bus, Kakao Metro, and Tabriz. I hope you picked up some useful knowledge about how Korea systems work. If you're planning a trip to Korea, don't forget to save this video for later. And if you know someone who's going to Korea soon, please feel free to share this video with them. I'm always trying my best to bring you better and fresher content, so I really hope this video was super helpful. I've also visited Seoul and Osaka again recently, so the full vlog will be coming up next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next vlog.